Hello everyone. Today we are going to present Unit 13, Rider Haggard, King Solomon's Mines, second year secondary. First of all, let's see these definitions, some words plus definitions. We have a bestseller. When I say that this book is a bestseller, this means it's a book that sells in large numbers. Okay, it's a successful book, many people want to read it, okay, and many people buy it, so it is a bestseller. When I say reform, okay, reform, this means a change to how we do things to make it fairer or more effective. Okay, like when I say there are many reforms the government does to education in Egypt. Okay, so reforms, islahat. Okay, and the word reformation is al-islah nafsu. Okay, go on means continue doing something. When you go on doing something, this means you continue doing it. Okay, keen on, this means you are enthusiastic about something. You are enthusiastic about something. So keen on means interested in or enthusiastic about something. Advisor is someone whose job is to give advice about a subject. Okay, so we can say the advisors of the king. Okay, he is an advisor to the manager and so on. Army, a large organization of soldiers. Okay, like the Egyptian army. Okay, so the army includes the soldiers, the officers, okay, and the different weapons, okay, tanks, aircrafts and fighters and so on, who defend a country. Battle is a violent fight between two groups. موقع حربي. Okay, so the war includes different battles. Okay, so the war may take a long time and includes different battles in different battlefields, okay, in different places around the world. This is the concept of war. But battle is only, okay, one scene of this war. Okay, a fight between two groups. Okay, and battle can come as a verb. All right, this means to strive against, okay, or to try to overcome something. Oppose, to disagree with something and to try to stop it. Okay, like when I say they opposed the new decision or the new law, okay, taken by the government. They opposed him. Okay, they opposed the decision. Okay, this means they didn't want it. When I say trap is be in a dangerous place or unpleasant situation and they can't escape. Okay, you are trapped, this means you cannot escape. Alright, وقع في فخ. Fortunately means luckily, for the good luck, describing something happening that's good. Okay, so fortunately means luckily, for the good luck. Alright, oasis, a place in the desert where there is water and the plants grow. Okay, like Siwa oasis, Kharga and the Dakhla oases. Okay, oasis, O-A-S-I-S. The plural is oases. Okay, O-A-S-E-S. Strange means unusual, surprising, or difficult to understand. You can say that's strange, that's not normal, that's not usual. Eventually means at the end, but after a long time. Okay, you have been trying to do something and you eventually could do it. Okay, you eventually succeeded in doing it. So eventually means at the end or after a long time. When I say that something went missing, this means it was lost. It became lost. Okay, I can say you can go missing in the desert. Okay, or my mobile phone went missing. Force, a natural power. Okay, the powers of nature are called forces. The powers of nature are called forces. Okay, so I can say, for instance, electricity is one of the forces of nature. Okay, lightning, volcanoes, and so on. Almost, this means nearly, okay, but not completely. Almost means nearly. Okay. Now we come to some prepositions and expressions. We always say at the same time. At the same time. We can say have a bath, have a shower, give advice about. So give advice with C. Across the desert. Okay, he went across the desert. Die of thirst. Okay, when I say die of something, this means die because of something. Okay, because of. So die of, this means die due to or die because of. Get out of. Okay, when you get out of a room, for instance, alright, or get out of a dangerous situation. Say goodbye to. Okay, wait a minute. Live in isolation. This means live away from other people. An advisor on. Okay, or an advisor to. He is an advisor on a subject or a field of knowledge or a certain matter, but he is an advisor to the king. Okay, he is an advisor to the manager. Okay, so I can say okay, be caught in a trap. Okay, I can say he was caught in a trap. This means he couldn't move. He was trapped. Be opposed to. This means he is opposing someone. Okay, he is opposed to the government. He is opposed to the manager. Collect money for. Okay, this means, okay, you can say I collect money for helping the poor. Okay, I collect money for the charity. Popular with, this means loved by. I can say Amr Diab, for instance, is popular with many Egyptian youth. Okay, this means, okay, he is loved by them. On their way to means while going to. Like when I say on my way to the club, I met my friend. On my way to the club means while going to the club. Move from to, this means change place from a certain place to another. Search for means look for. Ask for help. Okay, ask for means want, means you want help. Tolerant of. Okay, of course, tolerant means that you accept the other. Okay, I can say this manager is tolerant of the people who oppose him. Okay, so he is tolerant of them. Aware of, this means you know something. When I say I am aware of something, this means I know it. Okay, I have knowledge about it. Send into, this is used especially when you send someone into space. Okay, or into a place like the desert. He was sent into the desert. He was sent into a dangerous journey. He was sent into space. Make a meal. We usually make a meal but not do a meal. And also we make pollution, not do pollution. Make him rich. Okay, this means I caused him to become rich. Alright, be against. This means I oppose someone. I'm against his opinion. Okay. Now we have some words. They're synonyms and antonyms. We have violent. The synonym is fierce. The antonym is peaceful. When you are violent, this means you like violence. You can hurt the others. Okay, you can get into fights and so on. So you are violent. The synonym is fierce. This means wild, like lions and so on. And the antonym is peaceful, like rabbits and birds and so on. We have fair. okay, means just, and the antonym is unfair. Fair means just, okay, like everything to be equal, to be distributed fairly, okay, righteous. We have mysterious. This means secretive, شيء غامض, okay, and the opposite is clear. Challenge. When you challenge someone, this means you defy someone, okay. You want to prove that you are stronger, or that your opinion is better, and your opinion is right and his is wrong, so you challenge him. Okay, the antonym is surrender or give up. يستسلم. Capture means arrest. You catch someone, you trap him, okay, you control him. The antonym is release. When I say cruel, alright, this means you are not kind, you are harsh, you are unkind. The opposite, the antonym is kind or pleasant or merciful. Fortunate means lucky. The opposite is unfortunate. Almost means approximately. The opposite is wholly. Okay, almost means nearly, approximately. Alright, the antonym is wholly or totally. Effective, okay, means have strong effect or have a strong influence on. Alright, the synonym is efficient or influential. The antonym is ineffective. When you trap someone, this means you imprison him, okay, you catch him, this means capture or seize, and the antonym is release. Okay, now we come to some language notes. We have almost. Almost means nearly, like I didn't know it was so late, it's almost 3 o'clock. Almost means nearly. Spend time plus ing, okay, I can say he used to spend his free time playing football, so spend time plus ing. It takes me time to plus infinitive, okay, like when I say it took him 2 hours to write the essay, okay, it took me an hour to drive from Cairo to Tanta. Look forward to plus ing. This means you want something, okay, you're waiting for it eagerly and interested in it, you want it to happen, okay, like he is looking forward to visiting his aunt. This means he wants this visit very much and he wants it to, he's eager and waiting for it, okay, on pins and needles. We have intend to plus infinitive. This means, okay, you are going to do something, like when I say Martina intends to buy a new mobile phone, so intend to means is going to. Manage to plus infinitive, like succeed in. He managed to do the difficult sum. Manage to, this means succeed in. She was able to do something. Succeed in plus ing or noun, okay, like he succeeded in persuading me to play tennis. So succeed in means manage to, okay, have the ability to do something. Most is sometimes used as very, okay. It was a most beautiful morning, okay, this may mean it was a very beautiful morning. We can replace the word very with the word most, okay, like when I say he's very courageous, I can say he is most courageous. Most here means very. Alright, I can say what relation is someone to something or someone. Like when I say what relation is Ali to Ahmed, this means that I'm asking about the relation between them, okay. The answer is they are cousins. Right, reading books is a useful hobby, okay. Any verb that ends in ing is considered a singular, So you can say reading books is, not reading books are. Here what takes is reading, not books. Okay, so I use a singular verb because I begin the sentence with ing or a gerund, and any ing or a gerund is considered singular. Like here, building houses costs a lot of money. Building here, okay, is a gerund, and also it is singular, so I say costs. Right, all expressions of price and distance and time are considered singular. Like when I say 200 pounds is too much for this shirt. 200 pounds is not are. Okay. 5 miles, this is a distance, is a long way to walk. So I didn't say 5 miles are. I said 5 miles is. Okay, because it is an expression for a distance. 5 hours is not enough to do this job. Okay, so 5 hours take is, because 5 hours is singular, as it is an expression of time. Okay, when I say one of, this takes a singular verb. One of these books is very useful. Okay, why is? Because you mean just one of the books. Okay, now let's see the listening part. Okay, here we have a dialogue between Mustafa and Hani. Alright, now we have a listening part. Here is a dialogue between Mustafa and Hani. Okay, they are talking about Rider Haggard, the author, okay, who wrote some novels, okay, and one of them was King Solomon's Mines. Mustafa asks a question. He says, did you know we are going to read King Solomon's Mines at school soon? Hani, yes, I heard. I'm looking forward to that. And for homework, we have to find out about Rider Haggard, who wrote the book. Mustafa, what do you know about him? Hani, not much. I know he is not alive, and I think he was English. Mustafa, shall we try and find out more? Hani, okay. Let's look on the internet. There must be a Rider Haggard website. Here he is. Rider Haggard, born 1856, died 1925. So, he has been dead quite a long time. What else does it say? Well, you were right. He was English. His father was a lawyer and his mother was a poet. When did he start writing? Wait a minute. Okay, it says he wasn't very good at school, so he didn't apply for university. His father sent him to work in South Africa. Did he stay in South Africa? Yes, for a few years. Then he went back to England, married, and had a family. Hani, so when did he start writing? Well, let's see. He became a lawyer first. But he didn't do very well because he was so keen on his writing. Hani, what were his books about? They were adventure stories which took place in Africa and were about explorers discovering ancient African civilizations or looking for diamonds. Hani, was he successful as a writer? Yes, King Solomon's Mines, which it took him only 6 weeks to write, was a bestseller for a year. What else did he write? Let's see. She is the name of a novel, by the way. She, about an ancient African queen, and Alan Quatermain are his best known books, or his best known other books. Hani, and did he go on working at the same time as being a writer? Mustafa, yes. He worked for the British government. He helped in the reform of agriculture. He also traveled around the world. Hani: I'm interested in learning more about him. Mustafa: so am I. And I'm really looking forward to reading King Solomon's Mines. Me too. Now listen to the conversation again. Okay, and let's match. Number 1 is done. Ryder Hogger's first job was, this is 5, okay, in South Africa. I want you to now to pause the video and get your hello books, okay, and workbooks, and get ready to write the answers to the questions. Okay, so this is number A. We said that Ryder Haggard's first job was in South Africa. Number B, when he returned to England, okay, right, number B, when he returned to England, he got married. Number C, before being a successful writer, no, this is 4, he worked as a lawyer. Number D, in some of his stories, okay, it will be matched to number 1, explorers found out civilizations in Africa. Number E, Ryder Haggard spent only 6 weeks, it will be 6, writing King Solomon's Mines. Number F, King Solomon's Mines was popular, it will be 6. Okay, number E is 6. Ryder Haggard spent only 6 weeks writing King Solomon's Mines. Alright, and we said that F is 2. King Solomon's Mines was popular for a year. Okay, so 1 is matched to D, 2 F, 3 B, 4 C, and 6 E. Okay, listen again and answer the questions. Number A, what do the boys have to find out about for homework? What do they have to find out about for homework? They have to find out about Ryder Haggard, who wrote King Solomon's Mines. Number B, how do they find out this information? The answer is they look on the internet and find a site about Ryder Haggard. C, what book do both the boys want to read soon? They want to read King Solomon's Mines. Alright, now we come to the reading part. Okay, King Solomon's Mines. This is a summary of the story itself. Alright, the novel talks about the following. An Englishman, okay, who was called Sir Henry Curtis, is in Africa looking for his brother who has gone missing while looking for King Solomon's Mines. Okay, so we have an Englishman called Sir Henry Curtis, and he was looking for his brother. His brother was in Africa and he was missing. Okay, he went missing while looking for King Solomon's Mines. And King Solomon's Mines are mines, مناجم يعني, that are full of diamonds. Okay, they are full of diamonds. He was looking for them in order to be rich. Alan Quatermain, an adventurer and a hunter who has a map of the mines, agrees to help Sir Henry look for his brother. So we have another character, someone called Alan Quatermain. He is another Englishman, okay, and he is an adventurer. He was also working in Africa. He had a map of the mines, and he agreed to help Sir Henry Curtis look for his missing brother. Alright, we come to the third character, a young African Ambuba travels with them as their servant. Okay, so they meet some African person called Ambuba, and he agrees to help them, okay, and travel with them on their journey looking for the brother of Sir Henry as a servant. Okay. When they walk across a desert, the group almost die of thirst, but eventually reach mountains. Okay, so while walking in the desert, okay, it gets very hot and they suffer from thirst, but finally they reach the mountains. And you know that sometimes mountains are inhabited by people. You can find people there, okay, people living in the mountains. They cross the mountains into Kukwana land. Kukwana land is a country in a remote valley. The soldiers of the army of Kukwana land from the country's army capture Sir Henry's group. So they capture Sir Henry, okay, and they capture Alan Quatermain and Ambuba. Soldiers from the country's army capture Sir Henry's group and are going to kill them, but suddenly become afraid when one of the Englishmen behaves strangely. Soon the Kukwanas believe that the men have strange and powerful forces. Okay, now we know that one of the Englishmen start to behave, okay, strangely, say strange words, okay, and maybe that he gave them impression that he was a magician, okay, or that he has some supernatural powers, okay, and this was the impression the Africans had about the English people. That's why they got afraid of him, and they decided not to kill them at once but take them to the king, okay, in order to give a decision about them. So the Englishmen are taken to the king. The king was called King Twala. This is the king of Kukwana land. King Twala was a cruel, violent man who kills anyone who opposes him. Okay, so King Twala was very violent. Okay, he killed anyone who opposes him. All right. This is an example how the king was so cruel. They say to become king, he means the king, killed his brother and sent his brother's wife and son Ignosi into desert to die. So the king was very cruel. He sent his he killed his brother and sent the wife of his brother and her child Ignosi to the desert to die, and then he became a king. Okay, the servant Ambuba now tells the Englishman that he is really Ignosi. Okay, then with his own soldiers and his English friends, he attacks the English army, the king's army. So Ambuba, okay, that we come to know that he was really Ignosi, not Ambuba, and Ignosi was the son of the real king who was killed, okay, the brother of Twala. Okay, Ignosi has some people, he was popular with many people, and many people wanted to help him. Okay, yes, he was he was disguised as a servant, okay, helping Sir Henry, but we know that his men were following him, and okay, now they came to defend him against the army of King Twala. Okay, so there was a battle between the army of King Twala and his nephew Ignosi and his men, with the help of the two English people. We have Sir Henry Cortes and Alan Quatermain. In the battle that follows, Twala is killed, so the cruel king is killed. Then one of the old king's advisors, Gagul, takes the group to King Solomon's mines. Okay, so now one of the old advisors of the king, Okay, a person who previously worked for the king, who was called Gagul, agrees to take the travelers to the mines of King Solomon, where they will go on searching for the brother of Sir Henry, where they find rooms full of gold and diamonds. While they are looking at the treasure, Gagul escapes and traps the Englishmen, okay, in the mine without food or water. Okay, so Gagul escapes. Okay, he escapes from the mine and just closes or shuts the door and locks it powerfully, while the English people were inside. Fortunately, this means luckily, after a few days they managed to get out of the mine, taking enough diamonds to make them rich. The Englishmen say goodbye to the new king, Ignosi, who was called Ampuba, and start their journey home. On their way, they stop at an oasis where they find Sir Henry's brother. Okay, this is the end of it, the end of this story. Okay, now we come to exercise number 3. Read again and choose the correct answer. Number A. Why is Sir Henry Curtis in Africa? The answer is C. To find his brother. Number B. Why don't the soldiers kill Sir Henry and his friends? Maybe they have guns. They believe they are their friends. The king wants to meet them, or they are frightened of them. Of course, we know that the Englishmen, okay, give impression to the Africans that they are powerful, okay, and have some supernatural powers. So they got frightened of them and decided to take them to the king. So the answer is D. Okay, number C. Why did King Twala kill his brother? Why? The answer is A. His brother was the king, so he killed him in order to become the king instead of him. Number D. What relation is King Twala to Ignosi or Impuba? Right, the answer is D. He was King Twala was his uncle, so Impuba was his nephew. Okay. Now we come to the critical thinking part. Answer the following questions about King Solomon's mines. Number A is done. What was Sir Henry Curtis' brother doing in Africa? He was looking for King Solomon's mines. Okay, of course, looking for the diamonds and the gold. Number B. How did King Twala die? Yes, he was killed in a battle. Okay. He was killed in a battle, yes. Number C. Where did they find Sir Henry Curtis' brother? They found him at an oasis. Number D. Why do you think that Alan Quatermain agreed to help Sir Henry Curtis? Because he had a map of the mines and he was an adventurer who liked that sort of challenge. Okay, number E. Why do you think that King Twala sent his brother's wife and son into the desert to die instead of killing them? Why didn't he kill them, okay, at once, and instead of that he sent them to the desert to die? Because he didn't want to be blamed for their death. Okay, so he didn't want the people to say that he killed the child and he killed the woman. Okay, so instead of killing them, maybe secretly he sent them to the desert to die there. If he sent them into the desert instead, he could say that he didn't kill them. Okay, so he can ignore, he can deny killing them, okay, and say that they died on their own. Number F. How do you think that Ampuba or Ignosi felt about becoming king of his country? Maybe he was happy to replace the cruel king and to take his right back. Alright, now we come to another part. Read the quotation from the story and discuss the questions. They crossed the mountains into Kukwana land, a country in a remote valley. Soldiers from the country's army capture Sir Henry's group and are going to kill them, but suddenly become afraid when one of the Englishmen behaves strangely. Soon the Kukwanas believe that the men have strange powers or powerful forces. Number A. What kind of strange behavior might the soldiers have been afraid of? The answer: it could have been something that the Englishmen did to frighten the soldiers, but it would have been something that was very different from the behavior in the soldiers' own culture. Okay, so they did something different from the culture of the Africans. Okay, maybe they used their signs, okay, as of course they are from Europe and Europe was more advanced than Africa. Okay, so maybe they used some scientific methods in order to frighten the Africans. Number B. What does this quotation tell us about the relationship between white people and Africans at this time? B. Neither the white people nor the Africans know much about the other's culture. Okay, of course they don't know about each other, and if they knew about each other, the Africans wouldn't be frightened. Two other popular stories at this time, okay, were the lost land, the lost world, and the land that time forgot. Why do you think that such stories about strange countries were so popular? They were popular because people didn't know much about other cultures and countries. They were mysterious to them, remote places, and everything in them seemed new and exciting. Okay, read the quotation from another part of the story and discuss the questions in pairs. Ignosi tries to persuade Sir Henry and his friends to stay in his country. He offers them gifts and a home, but they tell him that they must leave because they miss their own country. Ignosi says that they will always be remembered in Kukwana land. What can people of different nationalities learn from each other? We can learn about different kinds of food, traditions, music, art, language, etc. Okay, now we come to another part, that is the language function part. Okay, now we want to know how to ask for help. If you want to ask someone for help, what do you say? I can say, please, could you help me to carry this bag? Okay, agreeing to help, you can say, yes, of course. Number 2, I wonder if you could help me with my homework. I wonder if you could help me with my homework. Yes, what's the problem? Okay, you want to ask about the problem in order to help him with his homework. Number 3, I can't find my camera. I don't suppose you could help me find it. I don't suppose, يعني لا أفترض, you could help me find it. Okay, so he said that in order to be politer. I don't suppose you could help me, مش عايز تقل عليك. قال لي, yes, what would you like me to do? Alright, would it be possible for you to help me with my homework? He said, I'd be happy to help. Okay, so all these ways are very polite ways, okay, to ask for help. Okay, now we come to this part. We have busy, collect, could, if, morning, and with. Here is an email sent by Aisha to Layla. Okay, Aisha says, how are things with you? Of course, they are friends, and the email is very informal. I wonder if you could help me with something I have to do next week. The thing is, I have promised to collect money for a charity, okay, in the town on Saturday, but I am really busy. So number C will be busy. Number B is collect. Number C is busy. And I can't spend all day in town. I don't suppose you could help me. Alright? I could collect money. Alright? I could collect money in the morning if you could do it in the afternoon. So she wants to divide the work. Okay, her friend does the work and collects money in the afternoon, and Aisha herself collects money in the morning. Please, could you let me know as soon as possible? So number E is could, and the number D is morning. Alright, please, could you let me know as soon as possible? I know you will help me if you can. Okay, بتحاول تحرجها. Love, Aisha. Alright, in pairs ask each other for help and answer using language from focus on functions. Number A. You want your partner to help you to find information about a writer. So you can say, would you help me find information about the writer, please? Number B. You need help with a computer problem. You can say, I wonder if you could help me with my computer problem. Number C. You don't understand some homework that you have to do for tomorrow. Ask a friend to explain it for you, or explain it to you. I say, would it be possible if you explain this homework to me? Number D. You have lost your watch. Ask a friend to help you look for it. I can't find my watch. I don't suppose you could help me find it. Okay, now we come to some exercise on the vocabulary part. Alright, number 1. After the accident, the man was space in his car for 2 hours. Okay, what's the answer? The man was trapped. Number 2. I didn't have much sleep last night, but I don't have to go to school today. But, almost, unfortunately, fortunately, nearly. The answer is fortunately. My uncle is an A to the government on the economy. And yes, that's right, an advisor. Number 4. A lot of people admire the space of ancient Egypt. Okay, the answer is civilization. Number 5. The crew of a small fishing boat has gone space during a storm. Gone what? It has gone, yes, missing. Number 6. Space. My brother failed his exam, even though he had worked very hard. So you say, yes, unfortunately. There is growing space in Europe to factories that make a lot of pollution. Growing support, agreement, consent, opposition. Growing what? Yes, opposition. If you visit Egypt, it is space to wear a hat if you go out in the sun. It's, yes, advisable. Our football team bet the space team 3-1. The opposed, the opposing, the oppose, the opposition. Yes, the opposing team. Number 10. The school wants to, the way that the children study math. Mend, form, repair, reform. Yes, it is reform. Okay, number 11. I'm not very space on science fiction. I prefer adventure stories. Keen, keep, fond, interested. It's keen on because fond takes of and interested takes in. I hope the government goes doing great projects to help our economy. Goes on means continue. Gulliver's Travels has been a space since it was first written in 1726. Best book, best novel, bestseller, best author. Yes, it has been a bestseller. In November 1942, the German army lost a big space in El Alamein, Egypt. The army lost a big, yes, battle. Ali thought his new school was very at first, but he likes it now. Stranger, strangely, strong, strange. Yes, it was very strange. 16. We are space to have one of the country's best musicians visiting us today. We are what? We are, yes, fortunate. Number 17. I didn't know it was so late. It's 3 o'clock. Most, almost, nearby, near. It's, yes, almost. 18. I think the man in the local shop is space the opening of the new supermarket. Composing, agreeing, objecting, opposing. Yes, the answer is opposing. A best space is a book that a lot of people have bought. A best, yes, a bestseller. Right, he gave me some space about the best study plan. He gave you some? Yes, some advice. Okay. Space is a society that is well organized and developed. Cultivation, civilization, reform, reclamation. Okay, so the answer is civilization is a country that's well organized and developed. 22. To space is to change a system to make it fairer or more effective. Inform, deform, form, reform. Yes, to reform. And space is someone whose job is to give advice about a subject. An instructor, adventurer, advisor, organizer. Yes, an advisor. If you are space in a dangerous place, you cannot escape from it. If you are striped, trapped, rested, tripped. So if you are, yes, trapped. Space is when two armies fight each other in one place. A battle, a cattle, a shuttle, a race. The answer is battle. To what is to disagree with or be against. To support, agree, suppose, oppose. Yes, it is oppose. N is someone who travels to places that people have not visited before. So he is an, yes, an explorer. The teacher sent him out of the class because of his bad what? Behavior, reform, civilization, behave. Because of his bad behavior. Yes. Rider Haggard spent only 6 weeks King Solomon's mines. he spent 6 weeks, yes, writing. Okay. Space stories often take place in remote places such as Africa or South America. I say what? Yes, adventure stories. A space is a shop where you can buy books. Yes, it is a bookshop. A gold mine is a mine where you can find, gold. A space is a place where you can catch a bus. So it is a bus stop. A space is a footballer who stops the other team scoring goals. So he is what? A goalkeeper. A space is an area where school children play during breaks. Yes, a playground. I space. If you could help me with my homework. So I say I wonder. They got lost in the desert and died space thirst. So die of. You die of something. Vitamin C is thought to help cold and flu. Fight, quarrel, hit, win. To help fight cold and flu. We are money for the homeless. We are doing what? We are collecting money. She always well when her aunts come to visit. She always behaves well. The lifeboat space, the sailors from the sinking boat. Repaired, improved, rescued, provided. So it rescued the sailors from the sinking boat. He went to the airport to goodbye to his friend who is traveling to America. Speak, say, told, talk. We say goodbye. E space is a bike with a motor. So it is a motorbike. Some of the enemy soldiers were space in October War. So they were what? They were trapped or captured. Okay, so they were captured. يعني أسروا. 46. Our cat we haven't seen him for a week. Our cat has gone missing. Yes, has gone missing. This means, okay, we cannot find it. Okay, now the space speaks for people at law courts in order to defend them. The teacher, the lawyer, the doctor, the manager. Of course, the lawyer. Shakespeare was one of England's greatest. Yes, he was one of England's greatest playwrights. Yes, he was a poet, but he wasn't the greatest poet, but he was the greatest playwright. يعني كاتب مسرحي. Ancient Egyptian what began around 5,000 years ago? Organization, civilization, education, instruction. So I say ancient Egyptian civilization. The new educational A means that children will start learning English when they are 5 years old. The new educational, yes, reforms. James Bond novels have been since they were first written. Bestsellers, 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 bestsellers. They have been what? Bestsellers. He was and seriously injured by a gang of youth. He was attacked. Okay. Now we come to the grammar part in this unit. Okay, the grammar is only prepositions. So you can say that there is no grammar, okay, in the means of the word okay, on the meaning of the word, but we say it is only some prepositions, okay, some phrasal verbs, some verbs with prepositions. You just study them, okay, and some exercises following the list of prepositions, okay, that you have to memorize. Okay, so there is nothing. We only have a list of verbs plus prepositions, or adjectives plus prepositions, or nouns plus prepositions. You study them, okay, and you do exercise. Now, prepositions after nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Number 1, underline the nouns, okay, verbs or adjectives, and the prepositions that follows, okay, in these sentences from the listening text. Number A, we have to find out about Rider Haggard. Of course, we underline find out about, and this is verb plus preposition. Number B, he wasn't very good at school. We underline good at, and this is an adjective plus preposition. Number C, he didn't apply for university. We underline apply for, and this is apply, of course, is a verb followed by a preposition. Number D, he was so keen on writing. Keen is an adjective, so I underline keen on, okay, and keen on is an adjective plus preposition. Number E, the explorers were looking for diamonds. You say look for. Look is look is a verb followed by a preposition. Number F, he helped in the reform of agriculture. You say reform of. Reform is a noun, okay, so you say reform of is a noun plus preposition. Number G, I am interested in learning more about him. So when I say I'm interested in is an adjective plus preposition, and learn about is a verb plus preposition. Okay, now we want just to choose, okay, the correct preposition from this list here. What's the main reason? Reason takes for. For his popularity, or for the popularity, Rider Haggard's books. The popularity of Rider Haggard's books. Alright. Yes, he was good at, or good for, okay, writing exciting stories. We always say good at. Number B, have Rider Haggard's books always been popular by readers or with readers? We say popular with. Okay, yes, there has been an increase in or about sales in recent years. Alright, I say increase in. Okay, زيادة في. Number C, A, I knew he was famous with the king. He was famous with King Solomon's mines, or famous for King Solomon's mines. We usually say famous for. But I didn't know Rider Haggard's other stories. Okay, so we say famous for. I had never heard from or of him, okay, at all until last week. When you hear from someone, this means you get a call or a message from him. But when you hear of someone, this means you know about him. So he hasn't heard from him. He hasn't heard of him. Okay, this means he didn't know about him. Number D. Okay, how many children did Rider Haggard and his wife have? They had 4, but one of them died of, or died with, a childhood disease. Of course, we say die of. Okay, now this is the answer. Okay, and you can just pause the video and write the answers, or just choose if you weren't following me. Now, number 4. Discuss these questions in pairs using the red phrases in your answers. Number A, which subject are you most interested in at school? Are you good at this subject? Okay, so we say interested in when we say good at. Okay, So I can say I am most interested in languages. Okay, I'm good at languages too, and so on. Number B, what environmental problem are you most worried about? What are the causes of this problem? What is the answer to the problem? Okay, so I am most worried about pollution. Some causes of pollution are the cars and factories in the cities. The answer to the problem is to have more buses and trains. Okay, and public transport can help in solving the problem of pollution. Okay, number C. Which job will you apply for in the future? Number C. I'm going to apply for an engineering job. Alright, now we have some nouns plus prepositions, and as I told you before, it is only a list of nouns plus preposition, verbs plus prepositions, and so on. We can say an apology for اعتذار عن, reason for سبب لي, a cause of سبب لي, an advantage of ميزة لشيء معين, problem of مشكلة, problem with. So I can say the problem of pollution, the problem of overpopulation اللي هي زيادة السكان. Okay, so after the word problem of, okay, you write the name of the problem. But when I say problem with, this means مشكلة فيه. You can say what's the problem with the computer, what's the problem with your mobile phone. Okay, popularity of شهرة حد. Okay, I can say the popularity of this singer or this writer is okay, it's very great. Okay, we can say popularity with is followed by the people who love someone or something. Okay, I can say مثلا this film has a great popularity with the Egyptians. Okay, this means Egyptian people like to watch it. An answer to حل لي, this means a solution to, so they are the same. What's the answer to the problem, or what's the solution to the problem? What's the reply to? Reply to means رد على. An obstacle to, عائق لي. I can say money, okay, or financing, التمويل, was an obstacle to the progress of our company or the development of our company. Damage to is followed by the thing that is damaged. I can say the accident caused a great damage to the car. Increase in زيادة فيه, decrease in نقص فيه. Okay, there is an increase in prices, or there's decrease in goods, and so on. A supply of مؤن أو إمداد من. Okay, you can say the supply of oxygen continued for only 10 minutes, okay, before the plane crashed, for instance. We have some adjectives plus prepositions, and these are so many. Brilliant at, رائع فيه. Wonderful at, رائع فيه برضو. Okay, you can say good at, clever at, bad at, terrible at. Of course, all these are followed by the field of study or something you are bad at, or the skill you are bad at, or you are good at, and so on. Astonished at, okay, مندهش بيه. Alright, I can say I'm astonished at your behavior, for instance. Okay, I'm astonished at your great skill. Disappointed at, okay, I'm disappointed at the results of the exam, for instance. Well known for, okay, هيجي بعديها الحاجة اللي هي سبب شهرته. Okay, he is well known for his skill at writing. Okay, he was well known for his good behavior, مشهور بيه. And also famous for, the same. Okay, I'm famous for okay, my novel about poor people, for instance. Responsible for, مسؤول عن. Rude to, واقع تجاه. Okay, you shouldn't be rude to your teachers, your parents. Angry with is followed by someone. I'm angry with someone. Annoyed with also is followed by someone. Okay, So we say satisfied with okay راضي عن أو قانع بيه. Pleased with مسرور من. Okay, I can say I'm pleased with my exam results. Delighted with, crowded with. Okay, I can say the room is crowded with people from different nationalities and the coronavirus, you know. Bored with. Okay, I can say I'm bored with this game, I'm bored with this novel. Fed up with is the same as bored with. Ashamed of, he is ashamed of something he has done. Okay, yeah, you should be ashamed of what you have done. Okay, so ashamed of. غير shy. Okay, shy خجول بطبعه. Ashamed of خجلان من حاجة وعملها. Proud of فخور بيه. Afraid of, frightened of, terrified of, scared of. يعني كل الحاجات اللي هي معناها خايف بتاخد of. Worried about, excited about. Okay, this means you want someone very much. Okay, happy about, sorry for or sorry about. Alright, you are sorry about something and this means انت حزين. Sorry for, this means آسف على شيء. Mad about, okay, this means you want someone very much, you want something very much. Okay, you're mad about something يعني انت عايزها جدا. Okay, أو بتحبها جدا. Sad about حزين بشأن. Crazy about, interested in and keen on. Okay, all these are adjectives followed by prepositions. Okay, we come to verbs plus prepositions. There are many. We have find out about, يكتشف عن. Apply for, يتقدم بطلب لوظيفة. يجي بعدها the name of the job. He applies for the job of a teacher or the job of an engineer. Okay, and so on. Also we have yes, belong to, يخص أو يمتلك. Provide with, يوفر لي. I can say the school provides the students provide the students with مثلا uniforms, أو the school provides uniforms for the students. Okay, work for يعني يشتغل عند حد، يعمل لدى. Okay, I can say he works for a company. زي برضو play for, like when I say for instance محمد صلاح plays for Liverpool. Work on يعمل على مشروع أو رواية أو شيء عشان يطوره. He works on an invention, on a novel to finish. Okay, he works on a project. Work in يعمل في مجال. Okay, he works in for instance he works in banking. Okay, he works in medicine. Okay, the field of medicine. Escape from يهرب من. Blame someone for يلوم شخص على. Okay, I can say I blamed okay the truck driver for the accident. يعني this means ان انا جبته ووبخته لومته لان هو السبب. But when I say I blame something on someone, this means أنا بقول إن هو السبب فيها. Like when I say the police blamed the accident on the truck driver. يعني قالوا إن هو السبب. يعني نتج عن التحقيقات إن هو السبب. Hear from يتلقى أخبار من. This means okay, someone called you, someone sent you a message and so on. So you heard from him. I heard from my مثلا cousin who lives in USA. This means he sent me a message. But hear of and hear about يسمع عن. Okay, when you hear of someone, this means انت بتسمع عنه للمرة الأولى. When you hear about someone, okay, this means بتجيلك أخبار عنه مش منه. Apologize for يعتذر عن شيء. Okay, he has done. Apologize to is followed by someone. انت حد بتعتذر له. Prevent from يمنع من. Protect from or protect against يحمي من. Recover from يشفى من. Accuse of يتهم بيه. Charge with again نفس المعنى يتهم بيه. Reply to يرد على. Okay, he replied to the call for instance. Hope for okay يأمل فيه. Complain to someone يشكو لشخص ما. Complain about يشكو من. Okay, like when I say I complained about the service in the hotel. So I complained to the hotel manager, but I complained about the service. Okay, the bedding and so on. Look for يبحث عن. Come across, this means meet someone by chance. يصادف. Consist of. يتكون من, like when I say the flat consists of 3 bedrooms and reception. Go on. Okay, continue. استمر فيه. Die of. يموت بسبب. or مثلا he died of cancer. Alright. Suffer from. يعاني من. Okay. Crash into. Hit something. اصطدم بيه. Care for or care about. يعتني بيه. Okay, he cares about his younger sisters and so on. Help with. I can say I help someone with his homework. Okay. Help in يساعد في مجال ما. Okay. Congratulate on. يهنئ على. Congratulate someone on something. Concentrate on. يركز على, like focus on. Dream of and dream about. Dream of is followed by a real dream. أنا بحلم بحاجة أنا بتجيلي في المنام. Dream about means يتمنى شيء إنه يحصل يعني. Okay. Depend on يعتمد على. Rely on يعتمد على. Believe in. يؤمن به. Or he believes in God. Succeed in. ينجح فيه, and is followed by a noun or ing. Object to plus ing يعترض على. Okay. Like when I say they objected to building the factory in this village. Result from ينتج من أو ينتج عن. Okay. Like when I say مثلا the illness or the disease resulted from eating some animals, for instance coronavirus. Okay, now we come to this exercise. Okay, on prepositions. Nobody knows the real reason for the film's popularity. Space children. You can say popular with. So I say popularity with. Hoda loves English, but she is not very good. Math. She is not good. Yes, good at. When did Azza find نقط that she had won the math prize? Find. Yes, find out. What little black car belongs not. That little black car belongs not my uncle. Belongs to. I play lots of sports, but I'm not very keen on watching. Okay, so we say keen on. Alright. When Nihal finishes university, she is going to apply not a job abroad. Okay, you usually apply for a job. Alright, in 1918 millions of people all over the world died not Spanish flu. عايز أقول يموت بسبب, I say died of. You weren't at school yesterday, so how did you find out the homework? Find out about. Samira is very interested medicine and wants to be a doctor. She is interested, yes, in. William Shakespeare is more famous his plays than his poems. He is famous for. My father works an international oil company. بيشتغل عندهم, so I say works for. Okay, what was the reason the accident? The reason from, the reason to, the reason for, the reason about. What's the reason for? There has been an increase the number of tourists going to Luxor. An increase in. Many people are worried the problem of climate change. Worried from, worried to, worried for, worried about. Worried about. Okay, the earthquake caused damage. Okay, many houses. Damage. Yes, we have taken it. Damage 2. I hope they gave him an apology, not their bad behavior. Not their bad behavior. So, an apology 4. He is brilliant writing exciting stories. He is brilliant at. Okay. He is good writing exciting stories. Again, I say he is good at. He is bad writing exciting stories. He is bad at. Okay, I was annoyed him for being late. I say I was annoyed with him. Okay, so it takes with. So 21 is with. Number 22. I was disappointed him, okay, for being late. Alright, I say disappointed at, yes. I'm sorry, disappointed at. Sorry, I'm disappointed with. Okay, disappointed with someone. Okay, I was disappointed with him for being late. You always say disappointed with someone. 23. Proud takes of course. I'm proud of my brother. He has done so well at school. 24. My little brother is terrified birds. Okay, terrified of birds. Are you excited going to China? Excited from, with, at, about. Excited about. I'm sorry for getting to phone you. Sorry takes. Alright, about. Sorry about. My brother is going to apply a job at the university. You apply for a job. My uncle worked the Egyptian government. He worked for the government. Alright. Yes, when you work with an institution, you say you work for. Okay, but here you can say he worked with them. Okay, as the okay, now this means, okay, it's a kind of cooperation. Okay, he worked with them. Okay, so my uncle worked with the Egyptian government. Okay, if you say that he works, okay, for a company, if instead of the Egyptian government we have a company, you say he works for a company. Right. He helped the reform of education. He helped with the reform of education. I haven't heard my brother for 2 months. I haven't heard. Alright, heard from. This means haven't got any news or any letters or messages. Until I read King Solomon's Mines, I had never heard Rider Haggard. I had never heard, alright, about Rider Haggard. I must apologize being late. Apologize takes 4. Apologize for. I must apologize again for being late. Our hotel room was too hot, so we complained the hotel manager about it. We complained too, because you have a person, but you complain about something. Our flat consists a kitchen, a living room, a bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. Consists of. He died, okay, a heart disease. He died, again, die of something. Okay, this means die, يموت بسبب. 36. He has been suffering heart problems for many years. He has been suffering from. He crashed a tree because he was driving too fast. So he crashed into a tree. I am most interested languages. I'm most interested, yes, in languages. Egypt is most famous. Most here means very famous. It's a beautiful pyramids and ancient sites. Famous takes 4. Famous 4. Okay, are you happy going to China? We said that happy takes what? Happy about. Although the risk is quite small, many people are afraid surgery. Afraid to, with, of, through. Afraid of. The man was taken to court and charged breaking his neighbor's window. He was charged with. I'm bored this book. I think I will read another one. I'm bored with. Monuments should be protected pollution as it eats away stonework. Protected, protected against, or protected from. The king asked the wise chief advice. This means he wanted advice, so he asked for advice. I was delighted that good news. Delighted with. I'm working a science project. Okay, I'm work on a project. This means I want to improve it. I want to do something. I want to develop it. The reason his failure in the exam was that he didn't study well. Reason takes 4. The man they arrested last night has been charged murder. He has been charged with murder. The surgeon operated the ill man. He operated on the ill man. Now we come to the workbook. Get ready with it, please. Find the words in the puzzle, that match the definitions. Number A. A book that a lot of people have bought is a bestseller. Number B. Like very much or are interested in. So you are keen on something. Number C. A change to how we do things to make it fairer. So انت بتصلح هذا الشيء. So you reform something. Okay. Number D. Continue without stopping or changing. When you continue something without stopping or changing, this means you go on. You go on something, this means you continue doing it. Someone who travels to places that people have not visited before. This person is an explorer. Okay, number 2. Complete these sentences with words from exercise 1. Marco Polo was an Italian explorer who traveled to China. Number B. The school wants to the way that the children study math. So the school wants to reform. تصلح. Number C. I'm not very science fiction. I prefer adventure stories. So I'm not very keen on. Number D. The teacher said that tomorrow's lesson will be longer than usual because we will doing our project. So we will go on doing our project. Okay. Number E. Gulliver's Travels has been a note since it was first written in 1726. So it has been a bestseller. Okay. Number 3. Write compound nouns with these meanings and mark the main stress. Okay. Check in your dictionary to see if the compound noun is written as one word, two words, or with a hyphen. Hyphen of course هي الشرطة ما بين ايه two parts of the word. Number 1 or number A, a shop where you can buy books is a bookshop. Okay. Number B, a room where you have a bath is a bathroom. Okay, and the stress in the first part. Okay, so a bathroom. Number C, a mine where you can find gold, so it is a gold mine. Number D, a place where you can catch a bus, a bus stop. Number E, a sport when you ski on water, it's a water ski. Number F, equipment that uses electricity, electrical equipment. Number G, an area where school children play during breaks, playground. Number H, a story about a detective, so I say a detective story, detective story. Okay, here we have choose. Number 1, William Shakespeare is more famous for his plays than his poems, so I say famous for. Number 2, nobody knows the real reason for the film's popularity, space children. We said popular with, so I say popular with, popularity with children. Number 3, Hoda loves English, but she is not very good space math. Good what? Good at. Number 4, when did Azza find not that she had won the math prize? Find what? Find out. That little black car belongs not my uncle. It belongs to. Number 6, I play lots of sports, but I am not very keen watching sports on TV. Yes, I'm not very keen on. Number 7, when Nihal finishes university, she is going to apply a job abroad. Apply for a job. Number 8, in 1918, millions of people all over the world died Spanish flu. So they died of Spanish flu. Number 9, you weren't at school yesterday. So how did you find out the homework? Find out about the homework. Number 10, Samira is very interested medicine and wants to be a doctor. She is interested in medicine. Okay, find and correct the mistakes in the following sentences. Number 1 is done. Okay, my brother was very good for playing basketball. We don't say good for, but we say good at. What was the reason for the accident? Okay, number B is correct. No mistake. Number C, don't worry for your exam. I'm sure you will pass. So I say don't worry what? We don't worry for or don't worry about. So instead of for you write about. Number D, I've lost one of my school books. Can you help me look at it? So you're not going to look at the books, but you look for the books. So instead of at, I write for. Number E, holidays in Egypt are popular for all kinds of tourists. We don't say popular for, but you say popular with. Number F, we must find an answer for the problem of climate change. We don't find an answer for, but you find an answer to. Okay. Number 3, complete these sentences with your own ideas. Number A, the main cause of global warming is maybe the use of cars and the pollution from factories. Number B, Egypt is most famous for, okay, what's the most famous thing about Egypt? Maybe the pyramids, okay, the high dam, the beautiful pyramids and ancient sites. Okay, so Egypt is most famous for its beautiful pyramids and ancient sites or ancient cities. Number C, I'd like to find out more about, yes, more about studying in a different country. Number D, okay, there has been an increase in, okay, you have skipped number C. Number C, I'd like to find out more about, yes, more about what, maybe studying in different country. I'd like to find out more about the monuments, okay, of different countries, like in Europe or in China. I'd like to find out about the Great Wall of China, something like that. There has been an increase in the prices, increase in the heat, okay, in summer, the number of tourists visiting our country or our city in recent years. Okay. All right, now we have matching. Okay, advisor is, okay, we can do it on our own. Let's begin with column B and match it to column A. Become lost is which one? Go missing. So 1 is F. 2, when two armies fight each other in one place, this is what? Yes, okay, a battle. Number 3, someone who gives advice is, yes, an advisor. Number 4, put someone in a position that they cannot escape from. So what you do? You trap someone. تحتجزه. Number 5, after a long time, this means eventually, في النهاية. Number 6, disagree with or be against, this means oppose, G. Number 7, nearly but not completely, yes, this is almost. Number 8, happily, this means yes, okay, fortunately. Unusual, surprising, or difficult to understand, this is what? Yes, okay, so we have number 9 is H, yes, strange. Okay, number 2, complete these sentences with the correct form of the words in exercise 1. Number A, after the accident, the man was trapped in his car for 2 hours, but space, someone heard him and rescued him. I can say, but eventually someone heard him and rescued him. Number B, so I say eventually. Okay, number A is eventually. Number B, I didn't know it was so late. It's 3 o'clock. It's almost 3 o'clock. Number C, I think that the man in the local shop is to the opening of the new supermarket. So he is opposed to, معارض لي. Number D, I didn't have much sleep last night, but I don't have to go to the school today. But fortunately, حسن الحظ, I don't have to go to school today. The hero of the story I am reading is an A to the king on the economy. He is an advisor to the king. Number F, the crew of a small fishing boat has space during a storm at sea. Okay, we don't know where they are, so we can say have gone missing, or the crew has gone missing. By the way, the word crew can take has and have. You can say has gone missing or have gone missing. So you consider them a number of people, you say have. You consider them, the crew is only a unit, okay, on its own, you can say has. Number G. In November 1942, the German army lost a big A in El Alamein, Egypt. They lost a big battle. And the number H. Ali thought that his new school in England was very strange at first, but he likes it now. Okay. Number 3. Use your dictionary to complete the sentences using the correct form of the word in brackets. So you're going to use your dictionary or dictionary to find, okay, the correct form of the verb of the word here between brackets. You have the word fortunately, and it became unfortunately to suit the meaning. Unfortunately, my brother failed his exam even though he had worked very hard. Okay, number B. There is growing oppose in Europe to factories that cause a lot of pollution. You can say there's growing opposition. Okay, معارضة أو اعتراض. Number C. If you visit Egypt, it's A, to wear a hat if you go out in the sun. It's advisable. Okay, it's advisable. Advisable is an adjective, and we need an adjective here. It's advisable to wear a hat. Number D. Our football team bet the space team 3-1. They bet the opposing team. Number E. We are A, to have one of the country's best authors visiting us today. So we are fortunate. Okay, write what you say in each of the following situations. Number 1, or number A. A friend tells you about King Solomon's mines. Say that you didn't know the book before last week. You didn't know the book, this means you haven't heard of the book. So I can say I had never heard of the book before last week. Number B. You're making the family meal. You would like some help from your sister. What do you say? You can say, I wonder if you could help me with the cooking. Okay, I wonder if you could help me. Number C. You have missed school because you were ill. You would like some help from your teacher. What do you say? You can say, would it be possible if you help me because I have been ill? Number D. A friend asks if you can help him or her with a computer problem. You are happy to help, but you want to know what the problem is. What do you say? Of course you say, yes, of course. What's the problem? Now we come to the end of our unit. I hope you had enjoyed it, and goodbye.